I keep telling people the movie Diwar with Amitabh Bachchan shows the anger of a generation and what a failed country India was.
Yeah.
I've spoken on podcasts how Nehru ruined the economy and created an elite group of people called the Lutyens Delhi who lived all the spoils of this country, right? But the rest of us got nothing. Between 1950 to 1980, we grew at 3.5% a year. Population grew at 2.5%. The world grew at 4.5%. Asia grew at 6.5%. We became poorer in 1980. There were no opportunities.
Yeah.
And that was the time when I finished my graduation, was going into the workforce. After my CA, I got 11 job offers all outside Bangalore because you get a rank, you get an offer. So that movie Diwar showed the anger of the generation. And I want to tell about that movie because to me, that shows the anger. It is the post emergency.
Yes.
And we had suffered. And remember the emergency, I used to go outside my house, wait for the daily newspaper. Because we used to read the daily newspaper, the Indian Express and the Hindu, cover to cover. I grew up on the Hindu and the Indian Express, cover to cover. And because we knew all the information, right? And the front page Indian Express was blank. And we hear of people getting arrested and everything else happening. It was a very scary time.
Yeah.
We heard of torture, we heard of Snehalata Reddy getting tortured, etc. And many of my friends were part of the JP movement who went there in Bangalore. It is mostly in the north, but we did all that. So when the emergency was lifted, a big relief, we all went for the rallies where Jayaprakash Narayan came to Bangalore and all that kind of stuff. But in the movie in Diwar, there is a trade union leader who negotiates for his employees, but the Malik takes his wife and sons, kidnaps them and tells them, you better sign or they're dead.
Yeah.
So he signs. The workers catch hold of him and beat him up and then catch hold of the elder son and write on his arm, Mera baap chor hai. So he carried this stigma all his life.
Yeah.
And the father just gives up and leaves the family and walks away.
Yeah.
Then the mother takes the two young boys to Bombay. Everybody goes to Bombay. In the Hindu movies, you are in a village and the Thakur comes and this happens, you fall in love with a girl, then you get thrown out, then you go to Bombay and make your money and come back. That's why I think people have come to Bombay. There are so many slums because people think the future lies there.
Yeah.
And so they come to Bombay and the elder fellow shines shoes in the street, younger fellow is educated. And younger fellow, when he shines shoes in the street, there's famous scene where I think Ajit or not Ajit, somebody else comes and he polishes his shoes and throws a coin. Then this young boy says, Saab, wo paisa fenkna nahi hai, haath mein dena, maine aapka kaam diya hai. He lifts up and gives to him and tells his colleague, ye lamba safar ka goda hai. Then he grows up, becomes a coolie or not a coolie, worker in a port, right?
Yeah.
And there he sees how people are beaten up, money is extorted by the thugs, and one old man dies and gives him that Billa 786 which he keeps here.
Yes.
I mean, that is something that Javed Akhtar did for other reasons. And then this man, he becomes a smuggler. He makes a lot of money, he has wealth, he educates his younger brother, and the younger brother gets a degree, then he goes for a job interview, and they said, yes, aapko choose kiya hai. But before he goes out, there's a call from the Malik to say, give the job to somebody else. That was India. There's nepotism.
Yeah.
There's family-dominated nepotism. Families got it. We didn't get it. There is no merit, right? Because there are no jobs.
Yeah.
And public sector jobs are not there. So everybody wants a government job. And then he loses it, but he writes the test, becomes a police officer. Suddenly he discovers that brother is a smuggler. Now the source of his wealth, he tells his mother. And the mother gets very upset. She said, my husband suffered for us and you're doing this. Then both of them go confront the elder brother. And the elder brother says, why are you doing this? You are a smuggler. Then he gets very angry. He says, Dekho, mera paas paisa hai. Mera paas paisa hai, bangla hai, sab kuch hai, paas kya hai? He says, mera paas maa hai.
Mere paas maa hai.
No, you can't answer the question. Then he shows the mother, Dekho, kya likha idhar? Kisne likha tha? Mera baap chor hai. So mother goes away with him. And then he fights a battle. Then he goes to a temple, fights with the god and everything else. Then the younger brother and the police go and shoot him. Then he goes to the temple, he calls the mother, mother comes, he's dying. So he puts his head on the mother's lap and says, Ma, main tak gaya hu.
Yeah.
Now, why am I saying this? Because it shows the anger and the frustration of my generation. We are a failed country, we have no future. There's nothing happening here. The heroes in society were Karim Lala and Haji Mastan, smugglers in Bombay because they had money.
Yeah.
Unless you leave to that, you will not understand. That's why I said I'm going to be a rebel. I started my practice, I used to earn 5 rupees a month, not enough for my SD. I had a SD bike called MER 107. And I remember, in college, we used to just go for long drives and we had a great time in college. And, we did a lot of good work. Then my friend Bharat Narayan said, why didn't you come and run a leasing company? So I became executive director. That's my first job. So I didn't report to anybody except him. He was the MD. Then they had a family fight. And then during the family fight, one of the family members told me, Mohan, ये सब क्यों कर रहा है? तू तो नौकर है. I mean, it shocked me to be called a naukar. Because I never thought, I'm a professional. What is this naukar? I will not call anybody a naukar.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's derogatory. Yes, a nice word, but a Malik saying that. Then I understand, he's a Malik, I'm a naukar. It hurt me. Then I left that. Then I'd invested in Infosys there and, attended the AGM, then went for the analyst meeting in Bombay in October of 1993. Then Nandan met me, Murthy met me. I got a job. Even there, I said, I'm going to be a consultant. So joined in the month of January. Soon after my father was in hospital. My father died in April. And then October, Murthy came to my room and said, you join as CFO. So joined, and that's the journey.